What's up, everybody? It's your boy What's Current. You're watching Urban Nerd, this channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Well, today's nerd news is not that much, but it's really good news. So, let's start with today's nerd rundown. First topic for today is, well, you guys have known I've talked about how Netflix, they're coming out with these movies or whatever because, people or companies like Disney is taking all their things away come like 2019 and making their own streaming service. So, Netflix has to come up with their own ideas, So this has just come out that Netflix is coming out with 80 original Netflix movies and 30 Netflix animes. I don't know if that means like anime, Japanese anime, because they do have some sort of like Seven Deadly Sins, but they also do anime like Voltron and all these other things. So I think it might just be 30 animated films in general, because that may also include kiddie things. But regardless of the fact, Netflix is up in their game. They're like that's why they upped that dollar from, was it $9.99 or I believe it's like $9.99 to $10.99, something like that. And this is why. Because they're trying to invest in their future as far as staying, because they can't depend on other people's crap. So they're going to keep making their own content. And Netflix is being well known. Like, most people are watching Netflix now, not for these other movies and shows, because, to be honest, Netflix has shit as far as movies. Like, Netflix, this is what I tell people. Netflix has movies you've thought about watching. Not movies that you want to watch right now. Like, if there's a movie like, oh man, it's been out, it's on DVD, whatever, it should be out. Let me check Netflix. Nope, ain't got it. But if there's a movie that you thought about like years ago, they be like, I was thinking about maybe watching that. Netflix got that. Then, some nice little gems that you find out watching these movies. But regardless of the fact, Netflix, I'm looking forward to it. Netflix has been doing a good job so far. Voltron and all these other things, Seven Deadly Sins, as far as anime, like I said, I'm all the 30 movies for anime might be more for me, but they also have some other things, some other shows like The Between and all that stuff. Like Sense 8, I think, that got canceled, but regardless of the fact, it was an original movie for Netflix, original series for Netflix. So Netflix is definitely doing a good job. So if anything, I'll give you guys a little bit more info, but I'm down for it. I'm down for this whole, spending money, because they said that there was a loss like 20 million or whatever last year, or something billion, but that's why they're trying to make it up, like get that billion. I think they're spending like 5 billion or something like that. But think about it like this: they've got about, let's say, 7 million subscribers, and each subscriber is $10. Now it's $11. So if you want to just round it back down to 10 and make it simple, it's 10 times a 6. That's 6 million. That's 60 million. That's every month. Every month. You add that extra, so every year they're making billions. So it evens out. What they spend and what they gain is better. It's, you got to spend money to make money. That's what they say, and they're definitely doing that. Next on the Nerd Rundown, we got Ron Howard teasing 2 expanded universe characters. Tag and Bank will be in a Han Solo movie. As far as that, I don't know too much about Tag and Bank, but they've been doing this already as far as the Star Wars universe, because they call these legends. This Star Wars Legends, because Legends or something like that, because it's not part of the. How you say, it's like it's not part of this universe canon. It's not canon. So all these books that came out before Disney bought Star Wars, all those doesn't matter. It's what they do from the time they bought it that's now. So like, take for instance Star Wars Rebels. It's an animated series. I like it. It's a great show. They brought Thrawn. Thrawn was in the expanded universe, or the legacy universe, or Legends, whatever, and brought into so anything that's out there can be brought in. Doesn't necessarily mean it will be brought in, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't use it, but we've been seeing Disney more and more, or Star Wars more and more, have been taking from the thing, and that's a smart idea, because this whole Legends came about when anybody had reign to pretty much write a story as far as Star Wars, just to keep it more relevant, So if you say, okay, none of that's canon now, but yet you have such a catalog of great stories, why not pick and choose? You can pick and choose something and bring it into the universe. As long as it blends in and works well in the storyline, hey, so be it. So I think it's a great job on what they're doing. Like, and also the Star Wars, the Han Solo movie has an official name. It's called Solo, a Star Wars story. Basically, just like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. These are supposed to be their anthologies. They're not supposed to be in the main story, like episode 1 through 3, episode 4 through 6, or episode 7 through 9. It's not part of that. That's why they're trying to keep it simple and make it known at the end. They're saying it's Star Wars story, just like Rogue One, Star Wars story, Solo, Star Wars story. Maybe even Chewie, Star Wars story. Anything is just gonna have Star Wars story if it's not in the main continuity of the episodes. So that's something to make it differentiate from the other ones, so that people don't get too confused. I mean, we already know, but for the people, the moms, the dads, old people that don't pay attention to these things. Not even just old people, just people that aren't into the whole nerd and geek culture, but just know about Star Wars. This makes it simpler for them to get into it and be able to watch it. So, hey, I'm looking forward to it, regardless of the fact, and we'll see how that turns out. Solo, a Star Wars story. I don't know. Sounds like some guys, like a movie about some guys trying to be single, going out on dates, or whatever. Solo or something. I don't know. But anyways, regardless. Next topic on the Nerd Rundown, Kevin Feige pretty much says that this whole culmination of the 22 films is pretty much going to be the end of this whole thing, pretty much end of Phase 3. That's what everyone calls this whole thing, Phase 3, and I mean that's what Marvel calls it as well, but it might be after that begin Phase 4, and like I mentioned in some earlier videos, how they're talking about how Hulk, they want to do a Hulk story, so they're gonna do part of Hulk's story inside, Thor Ragnarok, and then in Avengers Infinity War, and then in a fourth Avengers movie. And a lot of people are speculating. I'm speculating this too. Maybe the fourth Avengers movie might be World War Hulk, and that would be fucking awesome if that is, because World War Hulk is basically Planet Hulk is a beginning where everyone sends Hulk away to another planet, and then he becomes like a war champion, like as far as like in a Coliseum, and he rises up and he takes over and beats the king, and he's the king. And then World War Hulk is basically the ship that he was sent in had a bomb on it and explodes, kills the wife, kills his kid, he gets pissed off, takes a whole armada, goes back to Earth, and then whips everybody's ass, whips every superhero's ass, just to show that they are shit compared to him. And that's World War Hulk. And I think they could do that. I think that would be awesome, because this is what I'm thinking, alright? Just bear with me. World War Hulk. They send him there. You got Thor Ragnarok. He's in the Coliseum. When Infinity War's going on, he's over there. He's not. I don't know if he's gonna be in it. He might be in it or whatever. But by then, he already has like a kid. Maybe has like a wife and just had a baby or something like that. Then in the fourth movie, the bomb blows up or something like that, and then he's pissed off at humanity, and then goes on a rampage and just fucks everything up. Then that's how you end phase, or begin this Phase 4, because then you can have him get locked away, then bring him like something Cho, I forget his name, Cho, but the one that's there's a new Hulk now, totally awesome Hulk with his Asian kid. He somehow gets the Hulk out of Banner and puts it into him, but he's able to control it, and he's like conscious while he's in Hulk form. And I think that would be the new like Avengers. So you got him, and then you've got Miss Marvel, and you got all these people, so you could actually do this. And like maybe someone that might die, Iron Man, but they have a new Iron Man, which is actually Iron Woman, and they could keep Robert Downey Jr. and not pay him so much and just have his voice. So then you'd have the voice of Iron Man as like the new Jarvis, and then you have the black female who's the new Iron Man take over, because like that's how it is in the comic books. She gets like a starter kit, and then she makes an Iron Man suit, and then she has basically the voice of Tony Stark pretty much telling her what to do or whatever. So they can make that the new Iron Man, and just this new MCU. I think that would be perfect, but hey, we'll see. So like that's as far as how I think, as far as that whole thing going on with the Kevin Feige saying this is a culmination, that's done. Next on Nerd Rundown's pretty much leading the same kind of thing in. They're talking about how with Thor Ragnarok, there was no ideas for Thor Ragnarok until all the fans started speculating what might happen. Where at the end of Age of Ultron, when Hulk was in the ship being sent off, and then people was like, I didn't know if he was being sent off to space, but people were just saying that that's probably it. Oh, this is gonna be Thor. Not Thor. This is gonna be Hulk, Planet Hulk. So they took that idea and then they were like, okay, let's say he does go off, and then what can we do? Because remember, they can't do a solo Hulk film, so that's where they probably started trying to work out who could actually be there with him. And then that's when you get Thor, and then bam, that's probably where Thor Ragnarok came. So it's because of us fans why we're getting Thor Ragnarok. So just, bow your heads, give a little clap for that, because that's all us. Next we have the Thor Ragnarok. They faked this out with the whole. They said it was going to be 90 minutes for the movie, which is only like an hour and a half. But it turns out that it's going to be an hour and 30 minutes, which, well, no, not hour. It's going to be 130 minutes, which is pretty much 2 hours and 10 minutes. And that's the longest Thor movie of all, like, that we've ever had. Which it should be, because you've got Planet Hulk, you've got Thor Ragnarok, you got Surtur, you've got so much stuff in this movie alone that's like, oh, you got Doctor Strange even coming into this. You got Search for Odin. There's just so much going on. It couldn't be done in 90 minutes. I'm sure Marvel might have been able to, but no, you need these 2 hours. And I'm just like, Spider-Man Homecoming, that was like 2 hours and something minutes, so that flew by. So I'm thinking, and I'm hearing a lot of good reviews. I'm hearing it's really fun, so I'm down to watch this thing. I'm hearing it's really, really, really fun and really great. Like that buddy cop movie, but except with like Hulk and Thor, and we all know how their relationship is, so it's gonna be definitely fun. Can't wait to watch that. Last we have a Nerd Rundown. We've got Jared Leto talking about how he loves how Gavin O'Connor is going to be directing the Suicide Squad 2 movie. He actually loves his work, and Jared Leto's down. Like, he's always been down for whatever they want him to do as far as, the Joker, because they didn't utilize him enough. They did utilize him, but they didn't utilize the footage, which kind of pissed him off. And then there was talks of Martin Scorsese's new Joker movie that might not be him because it's going to be in the 80s. So I don't know how it's going to work out. But regardless of the fact, Jared Leto's still on board to be the Joker, and he doesn't know if he's going to be in that new, if they're actually going to make that Joker and Harley Quinn movie, which they could just do that with the Suicide Squad 2 and just fix what it should have been in the first Suicide Squad movie. So definitely looking forward to that. But that's pretty much it. Thank you. Remember to like, subscribe. I don't think there's anything as far as the notations or as far as descriptions, but remember to subscribe. Check out yesterday's Nerd Rundown. I'm gonna put the playlist up here. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. This is Sub Urban Nerd, and you've just been nerdified. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.